happened 3 years ago. We were like number 3 or 4. I think we barely beat. What was it ASU? We dropped 6 spots.
Hmm.
Make it make
Now
sense. I really wonder
we
when
we
they're gonna make it make sense.
there's a lot. I mean, everybody feels that way. Handy, I know you and Colin had talked about the fact that when you guys had a bye week or you won a game and then they dropped you
Right.
what 6 or 8 spots and they moved Bama up and all this stuff. So clearly, the
No, that was.
committee.
I think that was the week after we lost to Bama. We got dropped, and then we had a bye like a little bit after that, or right? No, we had a bye. I think the
Right,
week before we had a bye the week before Bama, and we got dropped 2 spots,
right.
and then they
You were
dropped us.
fifth, right?
I believe so.
You were,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and they dropped you down, and
So
then Bama
yeah,
put up.
I
So
don't. That's something that I will never understand. You have somebody that's supposedly a top team, that top 10 team, a top 5 team, and they squeak by a team that's not going to win more than 2 games in the remainder of the season, and they get rewarded by either getting bumped up or not moving from their spot. But then you have a team that's handling business week in, week out, and they're sitting idle, and it's like, yeah, we're just gonna bump them back a smidge so we could slide somebody up over the top of them. You know what I mean?
Because if
yeah,
this this is why I think it's gonna be the same thing as last year. They get mad when number one or two team goes to the playoffs and they get blown out. Like we were
mm,
number one last year, and I'll say it, we didn't deserve the number one spot. How
mm,
we played last year, we didn't deserve the number one spot. I watched each game last year. Even though I wasn't here, I watched every highlight. I was like, we're not really we may be undefeated, but we're not really a number one team. Maybe like number 4 or 5, but not number one. And that showed it in against Ohio State. We were not a number one
mm,
team.
mm.
Giving teams a number one spot means that they are top of. They play better teams. They prove it playing against better teams. Granted, the schedule is what it is, but if you're gonna say it's by who they play, then Ohio State should really drop because they don't like when they play against teams that are rent like so-called Illinois, playing against them and like how's that bragging rights? And then they got to
Well,
play Michigan at the end of the year.
here's the reality of the situation. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. You you can't. You got to play who you have to play who's on your schedule. And I know the schools have a lot to do with the scheduling and whatnot. I mean, see Notre Dame for a perfect example. Join a conference, why don't you? It's long past time. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back. The doctor says I had to
I
take my
got something to say
medication.
about that, but
I
keep
said
going.
my doctor says I had to take my medication twice a day. I only take it once a day. So but it's but if you're not, if they're putting them in front of you and you're knocking them down, I mean, how do you penalize a team that's run the table, um that has run the table and at times looked pretty dominant doing it? How do you penalize them just because Buck Tussle State happened to be their homecoming game? How do
Mm.
you do that?
Yeah, it's look, and that's what I think a lot of people have a
Hmm.
problem with is the inconsistency of how the committee is, doling things out. Like, to have people drop so drastically after certain losses. I think it was who was it? I think USC had lost. No, it's like what is it? USC had lost, and I know Penn State had lost one, and they completely dropped them from out of the top 10 to completely out altogether. And
Well,
it's
how
kind of
about
like,
I mean, if that's
go
the
ahead,
case,
finish. I'm sorry.
we only lost by 10 to Indiana, the number 2 ranked, but we dropped to 8.
Well,
right.
what the point I was going to make is, or you're a team that's independent without any conference alignment, and you have 2 losses and no wins, and don't fall out of the top 25 at
Right.
all.
Right.
At a time when there were no 2 loss teams anywhere else in the top 25. Explain that one to me.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense. And Colin, we're talking about exactly things that you talked about all season long. How going specifically with talking to you guys, how you guys were fifth, lost to Bama, and then somehow they jumped up from 17 above you. Alec was talking about Oregon, and kind of we're also talking about A&M. How far that A&M loss today should drop them, and with Oregon's blowout, how far does that take them up? What
A&M didn't lose.
I mean, if that's the case,
how close that game was. I mean,
Yeah.
if that's the case, didn't Alabama get shit pumped by Florida State? That's not ranked.
At the beginning,
how much
of the
does that
season.
play a part?
That was our point. That was my point altogether. It's like, we kind of get like I kind of felt like I was going to look that side eye, but I mean, it's been crazy how things have worked out with the top 25. This year, in my opinion. I mean, not just us. I mean, like other teams have. As the weeks gone on, we've kind of seen some different stuff that have happened and happened in years past with the top, the AP. But that's crazy. I would be interested to see what A&M. They did pull out that game against SC, but I mean, in my opinion, should they be at 2? Should they stay where they're at? I mean, I think they should drop. To be honest with you, but
if that's the case, then they need to go back last week and retroactively drop Indiana because they squeaked by last week too. So, was that an unranked team? I mean, like SC's unranked, right? So. Mm-hmm.
Penn State was like
okay.
Oh yeah, was it Penn State? No, it wasn't Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State was like 3-6, something like that.
Yeah, Penn State's definitely unranked and fired their coach.
Right,
but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's like it's kind of a. I don't know. I don't know what kind of. I get the impression from. When they put this together. I know that they had a committee and sat down and did it, but I think they kind of sat down and did it and threw it together. I think they said, we're going to throw it against the wall. If it sticks, we're going to run with it and we'll tweak it as we go. I mean, who are the people that are even voting?
Well, a lot of these people are not coaches. They're sports writers, journalists, people that have not played the game before. And it's one of those situations where a lot of people are sitting here saying, well, what do you know to sit out here and be able to make these decisions? Or, that's why they have the AP as opposed to the coaching poll, etc.
Oh,
right.
So
but that's what
the keyboard warriors.
You know what I know?
Keyboard warriors, right.
You know what I have to be able to tell me what I think? I know what I see. I saw Indiana struggle last week. We saw Texas A&M struggle today. We saw in Notre Dame. No offense to them because they've been on a run since then, but again, there's that who had they played mentality thing with that as well because they get to pick. They really any team really gets to cherry pick their schedule is them because they don't belong to anybody. But
why, right?
We got to watch that. They have the exclusive contract with NBC.
Exactly.
They're
not giving up that money,
right? But then if that's the case, you can keep your money, but then you don't get to participate in anything as far as you can be relegated back to what is it? You can be
why? No, but why though? If they can play the game.
No, man, because every other team of the other 135 teams, to the best of my knowledge, I mean, even the independents are kind of lumped together. They should just make that.
They are independent, yeah. They are. They
should make the independents a conference, and they should have to have a conference championship as well. Then,
yeah.
I got a question now.
You just want an extra SEC team.
Wait, so in AP, was there? I'm sorry, interrupt. But the AP, I mean, wasn't there coaches or former coaches on the AP on the committee at one point? I mean, I'm not sure. Where has it always been writers?
I do think there are former coaches and players. There are situations. Go ahead, Alex.
They had coaches the first, I think, 3-4 years of it, I want to say. Because it started in 2014, the year that I don't want to remember. That's when we got Ohio State. But that was the year they had all coaches. And I think they just started switching it 2019. I think somebody started switching it. But the same thing for that. Texas, which I called it, they're going to lose against Florida. And
you did call that. And we shouted you out, too. We shouted you out for that.
Unranked Florida, you lost to Florida, and you're number 10. Like, this is just SC. I hate to say it,
but
this is SEC bias. I'm sorry. It's
okay. I'll agree to that because then I can also use this argument, and don't think I'm coming at you guys, but this is a valid argument from what we're talking about. How do they value the Florida versus Georgia game, where there was a 4-point ball game that came down to the wire? Now, is that they're an SEC team, so Florida, we got to respect them, or is that they're a 3-6 team that fired their coach and Georgia didn't play well? Like, how do we look at that game?
Well, that's the way I look
That's a
at it.
good point. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. But I think now will Texas get the same look? Sorry, will Texas get the same look?
Your second
I think
point
they
is
would got the
exactly-
same look either way.
Well, yeah.
Like if I
I
could
get-
Texas, you know.
like if I could realign this, I would take them down. You move Georgia up, Texas Tech up. Ole Miss, I really haven't seen much, but you could still move them up.
But to your point,
Because Georgia
Definitely
actually,
have to
like,
say this.
granted, like that's the only SEC
I can't-
bias
yeah.
I can actually say that actually deserves a top spot. Granted, they lost to fucking Alabama, but if you want to do that, Alabama shouldn't even be number 4 in the first place.
Well,
That
look.
loss
Well,
against-
first and foremost, I cannot drop an undefeated right now. And and we can all make that argument. Who have you played? These two guys over here. No, I've got on you guys about cupcakes for years.
and then
but we
watch them go
can't-
to the and then watch them go to the playoffs and get shit pumped. And everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, this is a terrible game."
But here's the thing, though.
You can't help that.
Here's the thing, though. I can go back. Let me go back a couple years. Let me go back to what the last championship Georgia had, 2023. You guys played Kentucky with Vandergrift, and you guys beat them 13-12. We all know what happened at the end of that season where you dog walked TCU. So that's where it's kind of like, how much do these games really matter? Because I know one thing that we've all said is that nobody really wants to be number one for the regular season because that really doesn't matter.
Mm-mm.
It's not till you get to the CFP rankings and actually where you're seated in the CFP that's the real deal. So while these games
Exactly.
are great to talk about now, how much do they really play a factor long term?
You know what's
I
even
mean,
crazier?
you
Watch this. Watch
You-
this.
First down.
I'll let him talk. I'm gonna show this real quick.
Go ahead, Andy.
while he's pulling that up, I mean, you're talking now. You hear every talking head on television and on the radio now say, if you have a solid resume and good wins on your resume, you just completely dog walk somebody. If you're from the SEC, say, or maybe the Big Ten, say, and you finish 10-2, you can reasonably expect if you're ranked within the top 12, 13 or so, and you finish with a 10-2 season, there's a good chance you'll get to the playoffs. You don't have to knock everybody upside the head and finish undefeated anymore. It's not a necessity.
Mhm.
As long as you have a consistent body of work, you're showing that you can be dominant. You're showing that you can be versatile. You can beat any player, whether it's a tight game or a runaway, whether you're always offense one week or all the defense the next week. You can finish 10-2 and still get in the playoffs. And it's happening. I mean, right now, what are we talking? I'm looking at the CFP right now. And there are right now, if the season ended today before the games were played, you would have 2 lost teams have gotten in Texas, Oklahoma, and Notre Dame.
Mhm.
If it had ended
here
before
you
the games were played today.
Yeah. And here you see this is if everything ended right before today, before the games today, this is what the bracket would look like. Now, obviously, we know South Florida. Did they pull that one out? I thought they lost. Let me check that. But then also A&M is a team that was able to lose. So we don't know how that will actually play. Go ahead.
Yo, A&M squeaked by like Debo riding a bike down the street.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Like you let Sellers.
Why
go
you
into-
guys are looking that up here? Why you
Yeah,
guys looking
Navy
that up here?
upset USF. So USF will be dropped out of there. So that's going to be a little different. But go ahead, Handy.
So here's some updates I got right now. Just got some stuff pulled up. Tennessee is up 21-0 at what looks like the half, I think, or the second quarter over New Mexico State. Miami is dog walking NC State 24-0. Virginia 17-3 over Duke. Let's get over here. Georgia Tech looking to potentially drop another one. They're down 14-21 to Boston College. Texas Tech is handling business, and you guys already know about Oklahoma and Alabama. So that's your top 25 roundup right now.
I think that's interesting when you look at Georgia Tech, because a lot of people, I mean, this very conversation we're having about, well, if they come back and win this game, well, should they be penalized for that? But then I
They
do think
probably
you
will
have
be
to
though.
take into effect what I think you have to take into effect who they're playing next. They're playing you guys next. Everybody knows that's their big matchup. Everybody knows what happened last year. You go to 2, 3 overtimes and they lose barely. So this could easily be said that they're overlooking the 1-8 Boston College. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's where I think there's a lot of this other stuff that does come into play. You know what I mean? Like the Penn State lost to UCLA, and everybody's like, "Oh man, UCLA hasn't even led this year." But when you have a new regime come in, and they give them a little bit of that. What do you call it, Handy? That the special salt, the special juice, Michael's special juice, and it makes them think they. Yeah, it makes them think they're a little bit better than they are. How much I know a win is a win and a loss is a loss. But when you look at that type of stuff and you look at the fact that, the external factors, how big a part does that play in all of this stuff? Or is it just simply a win is a win and a loss is a loss? Colin, what you think?
Yeah, well,
I don't know. I mean, it kind of goes. I'm sorry. It goes to like, I mean, what quality wins and quality losses. I mean, like I'm kind of like, I mean, I don't know how else to do it. I mean, like you win, I mean, but how do you just account? I mean, how do you account for these blowout wins or stuff? I don't know. You know what I mean? And the win is a win. I mean, I don't know if you and see that's the thing with me about. I mean, not to kind of get off subject, but I mean, like the Florida State and the TCU stuff. Like Florida State, even though he lost his quarterback, and I mean, even we, I felt like we should have been in as well. But at the same point, you can't if a team can't do any more. You know what I'm saying? Where does that leave them? You know what I'm saying? They ran the table. They won the conference, even though they didn't have their star quarterback. They were penalized for that. I mean, they didn't get put in. So I mean, and what they ran the table, but clearly it's not win is a win, because they're looking at it as far as like viewership, and that and it's all about $1. I mean, what I mean. So that's I don't know.
At the end of the day, I know it is what has you done for me lately. Because if you go back to that year, I will say you guys were the reason where you didn't make it in, because the last game before that you lost. So that was the whole big thing with that one.
Yeah.
But I do think when it comes to the bowl committees, at least for regular bowls, it does have something. Is something out there that says, what are we going to see? And in that case, without a quarterback, Florida State, for however great they were, was not going to be the same team. And what we've all talked about, we don't want to see a team get in there and get dog walked. Now, unfortunately, we'll never know what would have happened, but that's what everybody basically was kind of assuming was going to go down with Florida State not going in there. Now, as far as
when they played us, and nobody played for Florida State. They checked out, and then they got whooped. I mean, they were deflated. None of the players wanted to play because I mean, you know what I'm saying, and that's why we did what did. I mean, not saying we wouldn't have done anything different. If they'd had all their stars or all their players. I mean, I would like to have had a better game, obviously. But I mean, I'm glad we won, but still. But it killed them. You know what I mean? It deflated them, and then the players opted out of the game. So I mean, that's going to happen more and more. As time goes on.
Now I will say this. Oh, go ahead.
And the crazy part is, so they say if you win, you play a team of your schedule. So make this make sense. We get to 3. We're number 3. Louisiana, Indiana, drop to 8. Beat Rutgers, go to 6. Beat Wisconsin, drop to 9. And we beat Wisconsin by 14.
They dropped you?
Yeah, they dropped us to 9. Where is that excuse for Indiana? Where is that excuse for Texas A&M? Please tell me where that excuse is at. Why do we get penalized but they don't?
Yeah.
We
play what's on our schedule.
Does that make sense?
We did. We won.
It does not make sense.
We won by 14. They only beat Penn State by like 3. But they get number 2.
It doesn't make sense at all.
Indiana is frauds. They're not number 2 in the country. I don't care. But I get undefeated. I don't give a flying rat's ass. They are not. They are like us last year, undefeated, but no effort. They're gonna go to the playoffs and get dog walked. I promise you. You can clip this, you can record this, you can put it on a bulletin board material. They will get dog walked. Mendoza's a fake Heisman. Their team is shit. They play shit teams.
Wow.
Barely beat a team that we
Bang, bang.
beat, but yet when they play against Penn State in Penn State, lost only won by 3 or 4, but they don't get dropped, but we get dropped for being Wisconsin. We get dropped. How the fuck do we get dropped 3 spots for winning? We won. We won.
Woosah.
I don't get it. Like, granted,
Alex.
I'm not saying that we're number one in the country by any far means that that's necessary. But to put us at now we're at number 8.
Yeah.
What's our consolation? Playing Notre Dame and getting dog walked?
Oh man. Hey, cool down, brother. Cool down. Hey, look, Handy.
I know why we
Yes, sir.
Hold up. Yo, Handy's got to hold out. Yo, real quick, Handy. Hey, you got Texas. Obviously, we know the clip you guys played all the time. We're back from Sam Ellinger, and clearly, the only team they could not beat is you guys. This is the third matchup. Golden Boy Arch is in here. What you got for me today with you guys and versus Texas?
I think that Georgia's hitting a stride at the right time. I mean, we've seen games where it was all offense and then the defense decided to show up in the third quarter. We've seen games where it's been all defense and the offense decides to show up in the third quarter. We're starting to see the games come together more completely. And part of me wants to say that Kirby's kind of just got that little magic because, sometimes he's got that little twinkle, that Kris Kringle twinkle in his eye when he's talking after a win. Like, hey, I know something you guys don't know. Like, I mean, they've had players out this season, but I haven't seen a lot of the big name players out. And all the guys that have been hurt are coming back healthy at the right time. I think we're probably going to see the most complete Georgia game we've seen all season. The big thing is to keep Arch contained. Keep Arch contained because if he can't beat you with his arm, he still can beat you with his legs. And I mean, dude, God, between Nate Frazier and Colin, what's our other guy's name? Bowers?
Chauncey.
Mm-hmm. Between Nate and Chauncey. I mean, good God, was it Nate that ran for 180?
Yeah. That's Frazier.
Nate Frazier. I think they're probably going to tee up on him, so that's going to leave Chauncey wide open. Big mistake, I'm telling you. I think I still think it's going to be a good one, but I think Georgia's going to win pulling away. I'm not going to give a score prediction, but I think Georgia pulls away by at least 10 points. I definitely think that Sanford Stadium is going to be rocking and reeling like it has never rocked and reeled before. And that's including the Alabama game. Well, the first half of the Alabama game when we still had a chance to win. Much respect to the crowd.
You had a chance to the end. You lost by 3. You had a shot.
Yeah, I know, but there was some crucial mistakes that we made that led to Alabama being able to take the lead. So that's why I'm saying we're playing better in the first half, I think, than we did in the second half. There's some in their head, the guys getting in their heads mistakes like, hey, we might actually beat these guys, and then oh crap, I just missed that assignment. So, having said all of that, I got Georgia winning over Texas at home, keeping at least the home win, the home loss total to 1 since 2019. And that's all I got. Go Dogs.
Yes, sir. All right, my friend. I know you got to step out.
Oh, by the way, Texas fans, in case you missed it, let me give you both of them right there.
Okay. I hope y'all back up those words because they know where you at.
Oh yeah, I know. And look,
they fight around away from you too.
I got a bunch of them to come and hang with me at karaoke, and guess what? If we lose, I will gladly shake their hand and say y'all were the better team that day. But right now, I gotta have faith in my dogs, and every day I'm running into new dog fans. It's a lot of dog fans in Oklahoma, and a bunch of them go to my gym. I keep seeing somebody I ran into somebody today. I got out my car, saw a lady with a dog shirt on. I said, this old Caucasian lady is not going to go dogs back to me. And she was walking by the car, and I got out the car and I said, go dogs. She stopped and she looked and she said, go dogs, brother. And we talked for about 15 minutes.
That's not about right.
Yep.
Anyway, I got to get out of here, fellas. I appreciate y'all.
I know.
All right, Handy. Good to see you back on here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Peace.
All right. Yeah. So look, let's real quick. Let's go back over the top 25 that we've seen today. Obviously, we talked about A&M falling. Indiana eventually blows out Wisconsin. We see that A&M survives. Notre Dame beats a very good Pitt team. Michigan, another one that survives today. USF and Cincinnati, 24 and 25, both got upset. Alec, I'll come to you first. Any of these games right now, OU's up 20-14 on Bama, and Texas Tech is killing UCF 38-2. What are your thoughts on this top 25 or any of these matchups outside of the ones we talked about?
Oh, am I good?
Yeah.
I'm just ready to see Arch Manning get belt to ass by Georgia.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
This is the only year that I actually surprisingly, committee wise, feel like Georgia should be ranked higher than what they are currently.
Mm-hmm.
And if they got to put Arch down to prove it, even though they've been proving it all year, then so be it. Arch is not it. Everybody thought I was crazy for saying that.
Hey, I was with you.
When he goes to Florida, against that Florida defense, he was going to get rocked. He was like, "Oh, you're crazy. You know what you're talking about." Sure, don't prove it that he can't play against top defense. And what does Georgia have? A top 5 defense.
It's going to be interesting.
That man's going to be Sam Darnold seeing ghosts.
It's going to be it. All right, so is it Sam Darnold seeing ghosts or the Sam Darnold of last year, this year? Because I'm going to be honest with you.
That's Sam Darnold.
Look, let's go exactly with what you were talking about schedules, because this was going to be one of those matchups that, the only other real big matchup that they had was that Ohio State game. Then obviously, other than that, you had San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston, but we all said you can't sit here or can you penalize a team? Can you not penalize a team? Look at the OU game. OU, especially if they pull out that victory over who they're playing today, Alabama. Then how do we look at a Texas team that skunked OU? They dog walked them 23-6 in the Red River rivalry. So how much do these games matter? And again, we don't know what's going to happen today, but coming into this, I agree that Texas has definitely underwhelmed. They've been underwhelming all year, and Arch is definitely, although I've defended him as much as I can, he's definitely not lived up to whatever expectations the media and everybody put up for him. But we're also kind of talking about this team like they're 6-4 or 5-4, like 5-5 or something. Like they're still only a 2-loss team, and with the exception of Florida, they lost to the number 1 team in the country.
Well, yeah, Arch Arch may have turned the corner, so to speak, is what they're saying. But I mean, look at his last 2 games. I mean, he played Miss-State and he played Vanderbilt. He showed out well with them. And to your point, Sean, like that. Really, I mean, that's all he's played. He played Oklahoma and showed out against them, which that's a rivalry. So I mean, that was good for him. I guess it's a confidence builder. But yeah. I hope our defense shows up. I mean, I really do. So, I mean, just that's the thing. And before Handy stepped out, my concern is secondary. I mean, this don't take away ours being a quarterback. He can sling the rock. He can throw the ball, and if we can be exploited, that's where we're going to be exploited. And in the secondary, he's going to pick it apart. And hopefully, our defense did show. And again, this is Mississippi State, but it's shown we can get to the quarterback. So that's what we need to do as well. I mean, those are key factors in my opinion, in my mind, that we need to take care of, and we'll be fine. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be blown out of it. Probably going to be a good game. But if we put Arch on his back, that's our MO. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, if we can do that, then we win ball game. That's our defense.
I think that's going to be the key factor, like you were saying, if you can get to Arch, because like Anthony was saying, Arch's mobility, I think, is going to play a huge factor in this. But even more than that, I think the way you neutralize Arch, you keep him on the sidelines. You guys talked about it with Chauncey, with Frazier. The run game has been effective, especially recently. I think about that run against, who was it? Florida, where he took it down the sidelines, just gone.
Exactly.
If you can get that kind of production from your running backs, and I mean all of your running backs, I mean Frazier, I mean Chauncey, and I mean your boy, who I think they've relegated him to a third down back, but at the same time, when he comes in, you know something's up. Like not necessarily a trick play, but you know, okay, watch him come out the backfield. Watch him. They're gonna get him in space and just make a man miss because he's a mismatch problem against linebackers.
He is, and I tell you what, I was talking to my dad, my pops earlier, and we were talking about Cash, and he along with our tight ends. But if you pay attention, look at his blocking. I mean, like Cash is putting people on their behind. Like, I mean, he's even though he's not getting the ball, even though he's not getting a lot of calls to run the ball, but he's actually still playing a huge part in that offense. Like he's playing a huge part in the backfield. Like you see him in, he's going to get the ball, he's going to huge block get to place, and he's in there. I do believe he's in these important, these detrimental important plays. But yeah, I wish I'd see him run the ball. I mean, I wish I could see him run. He's my boy, man. Okay, but I mean, when he's in, he does produce. But it kind of sucks. I think it's. Well, I'm looking at the stat leaders. I'm looking at the stats now. He's got 8 carries, only 8 carries for -5 yards. Because every time he gets positive yards, he gets knocked back. So I mean, it's always.
Yeah. Look at his what is his receiving? What's his receptions and receiving yards?
His reception receiving. He got 12 receptions for 97 yards.
Okay, because that's where he gets a lot of action.
I ain't gonna long as 18. But going back to what you're saying about the running backs, I mean, like, yeah, and I do want to say also that Dylan Bell, get him involved. Dylan Bell's our X factor. Dylan Bell, getting him the ball. Every time you see him catch the ball, get him involved, something spectacular. I mean, something happens. I mean, it's always he's electric. He's our X factor. But talking about the running backs, we got Nate Frazier, Chauncey Bowens. Even Gunner's got over the years got 321 yards. Rushing. We got Dwight Phillips, Josh McCray, and Bill, Dylan Bell sometimes. We've got all these people in the back. And then we got Zach Branch, and then also we got, Kobe's still out. Kobe Young's still out. But we still got London Humphrey, got, the rest of our receivers, and we got Lawson Lucky and Delp. And Delp's getting more involved now too. So I mean I've always been like, we need I like to see our tight ends more involved. We've always done well with, even having Bowers and having, both sides, tight ends. But, yeah, we can do all good with that. I'll be fine. We'll be fine. But we'll see.
I think it's going to happen. You guys are going to have to definitely play a complete game. The one thing I would be wary of in this ball game is the fact that there's one team that has had their number, that's had Texas' number, and that's you guys. And one thing Washington in the NFL is dealing with is, when we got big wins over teams a year ago, those teams are circling us on the schedule that following year, and they're saying that's the team we want. And the Lions dog walked us. The Bears beat us. Dallas with Eberflus and all that crap beat us. And not to bring it to the NFL, but if they're at that spot, where they're like circling, like we got to get past Georgia. This one I can see an overtime game. I just think this is going to be the game of the evening, man. I'm excited.
And it's the first time they play in Athens too. So I mean, it's a different story. We played there, we played in the Dome. Now we're at home. So I mean, that could be a huge benefit. I mean, I think it will be because we're going to be showing out. Fans will be showing out. But I don't know if you this note here, but this will be the third play Texas in what 3 years or 2 years. 2 years, 3 years.
2 years.
Anyway,
2 years. Yeah.
We've only played A&M once over the time they've been in the SEC, which has been 20-something years.
Mm-hmm.
Or how long have been at A&M? I can't remember. But this East-West. It's when the East-West was around. So I mean that makes a little bit more sense because A&M was in the West. But I mean we played Texas more times than we played A&M. And A&M's been around longer. And the SEC. So.
Oh, in SEC, yeah. That's gonna be that's huge right there. That's going and honestly I think it's gonna be interesting. But look, let's look at some of the other matchups and let's get an update right now. Alabama has taken the lead. They are up 21-20 on OU. So look, that's another one that's getting down there. Wake Forest unfortunately has taken a 13-3 lead on my Tar Heels. So, and that's another reason why I don't like the committee. The committee is definitely weird because we won 2 back-to-back games. Why are we in the top 25? All right. We deserve some love. All right. Tar Heel Nation. It's basketball season. Push us up in the top 25. All right. I know that ain't happening. Oh man, but look,
Hey.
yeah, talk to us. Talk to me. What are some of these other games that you're looking at today?
Well, I want to do
honestly,
Hold up. Wait, hold up. Go ahead, Alec.
I want to do a public service announcement. I had to bring
Yeah.
the jersey out for this one because certain players coming back next week. And USC, my brother, you are on the clock. Got the number 7.
Woo!
Back
The
next
crisp.
week.
Is
And I
that the
cannot
Black Panther
wait.
Oregon jersey?
And I cannot
It looks
wait
like
till
it.
I hear this song
Stop
right
ringing.
here.
What you got?
And they gonna get the L. I
That
I'm
L.
about circling games. When they gotta hear this atmosphere,
Come
cannot
on.
wait to put
Come
those
on.
bats to USC. Not
I-
wait.
That's gonna be interesting because
I
they're
have a
losing right now.
video for Georgia fans. There's a certain if I can pull this up while Colin's talking. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, go ahead, Colin. Because speaking of USC,
I'm glad me and you are
21-19.
Alec, man, I'm glad me and you are cool now, man. Because I mean, I was quacking you out of love, and you took it kind of the wrong way, man.
Hey, look, last time I quacked them, we lost. So I don't quack no
Well,
more. Except out of love.
I don't think any Georgia fan can quack me and it'll do reverse logic. I will say Georgia,
It worked on us.
Georgia and Ohio State will forever own us, no matter what. We can have Jesus at quarterback, and we'll still.
No,
we'll still
Jesus.
win.
Is Jesus going to be a duck? Oh my goodness.
Hey, but see, I'm kind of rooting for Lanning. I mean, because Lanning came from Georgia, and I mean, you know, he's done all right. I mean, he hasn't quite gotten there yet, but I mean, there's been some flashes of goodness. I mean, he's brought you guys back a little bit. I mean, I've seen you guys. You know, he's doing a little bit better than your past coach. But you know, I got love of him too because you know he brought us some championships.
Mm-hmm. I'd argue, dude. I'd honestly, Alec, argue that if you guys didn't have to play Ohio State last year, then you would have been one of the favorites to make it gone the distance. I mean, obviously, that's we know you can't take them off the schedule, but had you not had to go down that road and maybe gone in another side of that bracket, I think you guys go deeper, if not take it to the top, take it to the championship. But Ohio State last year was
Talking about the top.
huh? No, I was
I'm
gonna say,
saying,
yeah, Ohio
talking
State
about
last
the top 25. You can't. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yo, you're good.
No, I was saying you can't. I was looking at the top 25. You were asking about the games and everything, and I'm looking at the Utah Utes, man. Got to bring out the Utes. The Utes are playing Baylor.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, they're another one. I didn't realize they ain't dropping 2 games. They're 7-2 as well. I mean, they're you know, they're number 13, but I mean, they're playing Baylor today, and you know, they're picked by 9.5 at Baylor. But yeah, that was one that I was looking at. Yeah, that's, and then you got Florida Ole Miss. I mean, I'm kind of interested in this game. Depends on which Lagway shows up. It seems to be the main theme with Florida these days. I mean, you can't deny that boy's special. I mean, like Lagway's a good quarterback, dude. He's
Let me see this video.
Now look, yeah, see if it pops up. Now look, let me ask you, Colin. Do you think? Because I'm a big Florida fan, and I've had a bunch of Florida friends of mine that have said they point to one play in that ball game. The wide receiver got way behind your secondary, Lagway threw it deep, underthrew it. Do you think that was a catch, or did he drop it?
Hey man, incomplete was on the field, incomplete was uphill. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I saw daylight. I don't know what y'all looking at. I saw daylight the other day. I mean, I'm just telling you.
When I looked at it, I was like, first of all, I was like, dude, he was so far behind the rest of the
and
team.
that's why.
Why are you underthrowing it?
You don't know. I was screaming at that TV, dude. My neighbors would have had to be calling the cops because I was just literally screaming bloody murder. I was like, how in the world do you get behind him like that?
Mm-hmm.
But that's on the secondary. That's what I told you. Secondary is suspect as hell and always is. And I don't understand why. We got to fix that. Yeah. But like I said, also, if we can score, I mean, if we can go score for score, then I feel better. You know what I'm saying? Now you're talking about keeping them off, keeping the their offense off the field. Texas offense and Arch off the field. Huge, absolutely, yeah. If we can do that and keep their defense hands on their hips, absolutely, that's a huge pickup. So, but yeah,
Alec,
I don't know what it is. I'm secondary, bro. I mean, it's been. I mean, someone ain't caused me a heart attack. I mean, like seriously.
half of the jokers in the league now. Alec, you ready to share?
Yeah, I have it right here.
Right, bet. Bring it up.
Texas at Ohio State rematch of the college football playoff.
That was the right one. That's the right one. No.
No.
And face
No, it's Ohio State. It's Ohio State.
Okay.
Georgia.
Oh, you doing the Georgia one? Oh, do
I
it.
have one for Georgia.
I know. Yeah, I've got that one. I've got that one.
Wait.
I didn't post it to the chat group.
Wait. Is it?
That time when Kirby said,
Oh, here
your
it is.
whole network against us, everybody's against us, everybody didn't believe us.
Here it is. Let me go to Messenger.
You got it?
I bet it's that one.
Here.
Did you put it in here? Is it this one?
Let me see. It's right
Jordan comes out.
here.
No, not that one. No.
Here it is.
You got it?
There you go.
Texas
All
going
right, bet.
in the hedges, a rematch of last year's SEC championship game with Georgia.
We're looking forward to this one. This one was one you could see from miles away. He circled it in spring. Saturday, 7:30 Eastern kickoff. ABC.
Must win for Texas.
Texas, 11-3 since joining the SEC. But that doesn't really matter in this game because two of those losses are to Georgia.
For Texas, a third loss would extinguish all playoff aspirations.
Gunnar Stockton versus Arch Manning. Arch Manning been leveling up lately. He's got a shot to blow up here. This could be Arch's official arrival.
Arch playing best ball right now. 2 back-to-back games, 300 plus. Dare I say it, Arch is rounding into really good form. Now here's the most important thing. Georgia's offense is built on running the football. Texas, their entire defensive identity is built to stop the run.
This game is going to be absolutely epic.
Yep. That's gonna be it. It's gonna be huge. And now I'm gonna tell you something. For me, this game for me is more of a proving ground for Arch for Texas. I need to see if they can pull this game out. Because even if they keep it close, I like you said, Colin, I think they're gonna keep it close. I think this is gonna be a very close game, where either team could potentially get the W. But if I see what I saw in the beginning of that Vanderbilt game for Texas, where Wingo gets out there and going, the run game gets going, Arch is moving all around, throwing it from any spot. That's when I'm looking at Texas like, all right, at Georgia, like, okay, what do you have to counter that? Because that Arch was elite. That guy was electric. Now, mind you, in the second half of that game, they kind of fell off because Vandy came all the way back and almost ended up winning that game, or at least tying it. So this is going to be one of those games for me that's going to be like, okay, I need to see this. This is going to be, are you that guy, Arch, or are you just another above average quarterback that we're going to see here this year and next year, and it's just your name? That's the only reason why you get hyped.
Yeah, I saw something, and I was looking at can't remember who, some kind of an analytic guy talking about Arch, and then it was saying that that the early in the season, if you look at his footwork, like he was antsy, like he was just trying to But if you look at the game, these past two games, and if you actually look at it, his footwork is a lot different. Like he's setting his feet now. Like normally, if I wasn't paying that much attention, but if you look at it, he wasn't set when he threw the ball. Like most of his passes were incomplete. But that's why he was having so much success, is he actually calmed down. And I don't know, maybe they had some coaches to give him to calm him down and kind of make him set his feet and throw. So hey, he's going to be a great quarterback. I just don't know how. He's getting there, and he will get there eventually. Regardless of his name, I think, because I think he's got a great arm, but he's not there. He's not there quite yet. But and he did unfortunately get the hype, before he needed it, But that's the thing that he had to deal with too, which could possibly plays into how he plays. You got all that pressure on your shoulders, man. And the name and everybody talking about you.
Yeah, that's where with the case with him is where I look at the preseason Heisman Trophy betting, and I'm like, okay, Now you're just throwing stuff out there. I will always fight and say that with Beck, it was different because he was a legit quarterback coming off a legit year. But with Arch, I was one that bought into it. A lot of people bought into it. And a lot of it is you have that name. You have him being with Texas. Texas was ranked number 1 coming out the gates. You know, they were in the SEC championship their first year in the SEC, which we all thought was huge. I thought that, okay, can he answer the bell? Like you said, recently he's been answering the bell. Recently, it's definitely been he's looked a lot better. And a lot of that also comes with he has more trust in his wide receivers. Now he's got that run game going. The defense is stepping up. So we're going to see today is going to be huge because like you said, you guys talked about that environment and in Athens is going to be electric.
Yeah.
They're going to give him everything that they can handle. All right, Alec.
You know what the crazy part is? Shout out to Ohio State. Your recruiting team is full of dumbasses. Y'all didn't recruit Jordan Davidson because of his weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's playing with us and putting up numbers.
Yep.
That is
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
All right, gentlemen. All right. Now we got about 7 minutes left because we were about to be on an hour. So I got to go with this subject. I like to do it all the time. Show me something. Who are we saying needs to show us something? I'm going to start right now. For me, it's my damn Tar Heels. Just when you bring me back in, Belichick, now we're down 14-3. There was rumors before the game where they were asking Belichick, well, how do you think about that New York Giants job that came available? You think you're going to go there? And he gave the generic answer, I'm focused. And we just missed another field goal. Damn it. And he said, I'm focused on this team. I'm focused. Well, if we get our butts kicked like we're doing. Oh, no, he made it. Did he make it? Thought he missed it. Well, basically, he did all the right things saying what he needed to say. But I need us to show me something for the rest of this season. North Carolina needs to continue to start playing out, especially in the rest of this ACC, because, look, this is going to be ridiculous. This is going to be ridiculous. Alec, who do you need to show you something?
Surprisingly, I really don't have. I was already in the early game if I was to say one, but that was about it.
Oregon?
No, I wasn't even like the fact that this is like out of the whole schedule. This was the only game I didn't care to watch because I knew it was going to be a win no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had duty yesterday, so I literally went to sleep at like 8. They're like, oh, you're not gonna watch the Oregon game? I was like, it's gonna be a win. We're gonna win by like 40. I'm not worried about Minnesota. Like, I'm really not. I want USC. I want USC in our stadium now. Not tomorrow. Not now. I want them now.
Can't wait to hear that rant.
Oh, I'm not scared of them. Their defense. Their defense is trash. Their defense is trash, and they're playing against Iowa, who was a close game with us.
Mm-hmm.
They can't even put up 40 since they're so good. They're so better than us. They're barely being Iowa.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think they just came back on them. They're up 26-21, but that's been an extremely close game. So yeah. So maybe it's USC. Let them show you something.
No, I want to see Arch make me eat my words. I think he's gonna get folded like a lawn chair tonight.
Yeah. Hey, from your lips to God's ears, brother. From your lips to God's ears.
You called Florida game. Well, you'll see if you call this one. Hey, Colin, what you got? Show me something, man. Who you looking to show you something today?
Oh, I'm looking for that Georgia D to show up. Them junkyard dogs. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for them to get it to him. Maybe not, fold up Arch a couple times, but but no. Yeah. That's what I want. I mean, our defense, and it's been looking good. But hey, another win another one in the win column be good for me, man. Need them dogs to show me something tonight.
I can dig it. And real quick, before we get out of here, we got to end with our upset picks of the day. I'm going to go first. We talked about it. This is in the SEC. look, you guys just got off beating Ole Miss, and Lane Kiffin got that little thing on Netflix and all this attention to him. Well, there's been ties to his name and the Florida job. Well, Florida's going to come and give that upset today. Florida shocks number 7, Ole Miss. I'm calling it. I'm saying it. It's happening today. That's my upset pick of the day. Colin, I'll come to you. What's your upset pick of the day?
Oh man, I don't even have one, bro.
I'll throw out a couple games. You got number 7 Ole Miss versus Florida, number 13 Utah versus Baylor, number 1 Ohio State versus UCLA, number 12 BYU versus TCU. Obviously, you got the games that are going on right now. USC is 17. What you got?
I got TCU over BYU. I'm gonna call that one.
Okay, I like that. BYU actually just coming off that loss to Texas Tech, so it's going to be interesting if they can't hold out. I can see that.
It's a 3.5 spread, man. 3.5 spread. So I mean, yeah, TCU might get them.
Oh, trust me, I know how good TCU is. They put 48 on us in the first game of the damn season. So yeah, TCU can definitely get them. They can definitely get them. All right, I'm still bitter.
Michigan too. We can't beat Michigan.
Yeah, right.
They beat Michigan too. So.
Come on, Alec, close us out, man. Who is your upset pick for the day?
This is just me throwing a dart at the board and praying it makes it. I'm gonna say Baylor over Utah.
Woo!
See, okay. I didn't do my use. I didn't want to do that my use.
I think Baylor's got a top 5 passing attack, so it could most certainly happen. Woo!
That's just me throwing a dart at the board and just praying it.
Oh, I like that.
Fumble by Bama, Oklahoma ball.
Uh-oh. Oh, how much time is left in that one?
Because my upset is, I want to say, is it next week? I'm trying to think because I have one more upset this year. I'm going to try to see if it's next week or the week after. No, it's the week after.
One more thing. Did you hear that Arch had reached out to Mr. Ty Simpson to get some notes on Georgia?
Really?
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Oh, my upset is week 14. Never mind. That's my last
okay.
upset.
Then you had old Billy. You had old Sunbelt Billy on campus. You saw that.
I heard about that. I heard about that.
Yeah, we might be bringing him on.
Yeah, I heard about that. Don't do it, Billy. They called you Sunbelt. Don't do it. Okay, I call you Superstar.
Week 14, Texas is beating Texas A&M.
Woo! A&M going down to Texas in that last. Okay.
If Texas A&M doesn't drop, I will pray on their downfall.
Wow.
Just like I'm praying for Frank Mendoza's downfall. I'm praying for him. Praying for the fall.
Fernando. Look, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Fernando because that's going to be interesting. He didn't look great early on today.
From him, and that's another pick 6.
Ooh,
and that's another pick 6. Oh, and he's back. That's all 10 yards.
Is he?
Yeah. Because Wisconsin was folding Frank Mendoza the entire day. Fernando Mendoza the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
They're lucky their offense sucks. Their offense is better than a different story.
And let's not act like it didn't take an amazing catch by their wide receiver a week ago to beat Penn State. So Indiana, they're it's getting real close for them as well. But again, like we've been saying, a win is a win, and as long as you keep getting those W's, I mean, we got to give you your due.
And not lose your quarterback. You'll be fine.
Well, there it is. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Definitely stay tuned for all those late games that are coming out. It's going to be a doozy, and you're going to want to see it. Absolutely. So, listen, for my guy over here, shout out to him. Fresh off the boat on dry land. You see that Black Panther Oregon Ducks jersey on. I love it. Mr. Quack Quack himself, Alec Schomburg. Appreciate you, buddy.
Oh, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And look, you see this guy down here, Mr. Go Dogs. Roof, 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 roof. I love that commercial. You see that commercial that what is it that? It's not a State Farm commercial, but the guy's like, don't bark at your boss. If you see their Georgia fans,
Yeah. What was that? Yeah, I saw that commercial. Might have been DoorDash. Was it DoorDash? Something.
yo, shout out to our guy Colin. Yo, Colin P from the DMV. Colin, we talked about it. I know Handy might be out for another week or so we might be doing the Georgia show this week. If we can get together for that.
Yeah. We'll get together for that, yes, sir.
Okay, bet. So I'll definitely stay tuned for this Georgia game so I can have something to talk about with them dogs. But yeah, you know what it is. It's your boy Sean Spencer. Stay tuned. We'll be back this Tuesday for College Football Upstate. Myself, Alex, Will, and Eric talking about all of these coaching moves and previewing the Grim Reaper. You guys are gonna want to see this. Oh, really quickly, did you guys see in the South Carolina game versus Texas A&M? Did you see that touchdown from, I think it was South Carolina? The guy scores. He runs out the back of the end zone into the tunnel. He's coming out the tunnel, and all of a sudden you see that that cop kind of give him that chicken wing, and then get in his face.
Yeah, he got let loose. He got unassigned real quick, like.
I was like, what's going on here,
dude? If you watch it, he gave it a little extra oomph. Like he did it to the players.
Right.
And then turn around and talk noise. I'm like, well, man, you're lucky they didn't drop you on your ass. They got pads on, you don't, but you got the gun.
Right. Yeah, you do got the gun. Yeah, you do have the gun. But look, hey, we are out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you being here with us. We'll talk to y'all next time. Peace.